Okay, so this month's paper pumpkin is called So Cool, and give me a second. I think, yes, I am still live, I hope. My computer's not cooperating with me, so hopefully I am still live. Give me one quick second here. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my computer just took a wackadoo turn for a moment. So next month, or this month, is May. It's going to be a baseball theme. It's pretty cool. So for the baseball guys in your life, you can subscribe by the 10th. I'll put the link up in the description after we are done with this. But here are the cards we are going to make today. I'm going to move that off to the side. These are fun shaped cards. They're just so excited. I just love them. Like, this makes me want to make fresh popsicles. I've never done it before, but every summer I say I'm going to. So maybe this summer will be the summer to make fresh popsicles with the girls. They would love it. We have all the popsicle molds to do it. So, all right. Well, let's get started. We're going to set these off to the side so I can reference them as we're making our cards. And here is the stamp set. I'll just leave that right there so you can hopefully see it, or we can bring it up in there. It says, "You are so cool, happy birthday, way to go, hey there," has a watermelon, some little drops, and a popsicle. That's fun. Okay, and then our stamp spot is Bermuda Bay, and we have our die cuts to stamp on, which you get one extra. However, I use the extras to make the alternative cards, which I'll show you once we're done. And then you get these really fun silver die cut pieces as well that are all glittery and shiny. And then we get this thread. I'm not quite sure what color it is. It looks like it's bumblebee to me, but it could be. This is literally all I have left after making my alternatives as well. So it's always fun when they give you extras to make it. And then I've already made my bows. We'll just put right there, and then I'll show you how to make it when the time comes. We'll set those there. But we're gonna get stamping first. And then they do also come with these really fun envelopes. They're just regular envelopes, but on the inside, regular size envelopes, they have the fun little pattern to them. So there's that. Oh, and it also gives you 2 sheets of stickers. However, I used a lot of the stickers to make the alternative cards. So, all right, let us begin. We are going to stamp our sentiments first. So, to save just a little bit of time, I'm going to mount 2 sentiments on a block at once, and we'll just stamp one after the other. So it makes life just a little bit easier. Set that up to the side. So, actually, we're going to do that. So, take our Bermuda Bay, ink up our first one, which is Way to Go, and press it on our circle. One thing I love about circles is it's always even, because you can just turn it a little and nobody knows. They are so much fun to stamp, circles. I love it. And it's great if you're new to stamping too, because it builds your confidence really well, because you can't really stamp wrong on a circle. Like, the only thing that's really is getting it to one side, but most circles are pretty easy to stamp that way. Alright, so then we got our Way to Go and Hey There, and we will quickly mount them just like I did the other ones. We'll just throw them one on one side and one on the other. Makes it go pretty quick. And then we'll stamp these on the banners. So, alright. And this Bermuda Bay, this is such a good summer color too. It's so vibrant. One of my favorite blues. Blue-greens, I guess you could call it that. Alright, so there you are. You are so cool. And then the next one we're going to stamp is Happy Birthday. And then we are done with the stamping. Can you believe it? These cards come together so incredibly quick. I feel like most of the paper pumpkins come together very quick, which I like it because if you are in a hurry and need to whip up a birthday card or any kind of card, just pick which one you want to do and voila, within 15 minutes you could have 4 cards done. Or if you're super speedy, in like 20 minutes you could have all of them done. Alright, so since our stamps are clean, we will put them back in their spots so we don't lose them. Just drop the plastic to cover it. Alright, and off to the side we go. So now that we have our stamping done, the next thing we're going to do is tie our bow. So we will set these here while we tie our bow. So it does call for 12 inches, however, I just kind of made bows and then cut the string as I went. Let's see how close to 12 inches. About 10. About 10 inches is my average, I guess, for the bows. But to tie the bow, so what I do is I just hold it out and then I begin it as if I was tying my shoes on where you make the bunny ears. Loop it around, pull it through, and then you can play with the size of the ears. With these, you don't really have to have them perfect because they're just going to go on the back of, we're going to kind of hide them. So you can either do the bows that way, or if you just don't really like tying bows, that's completely fine. You can just take the, let's say 12 inches that they have and loop it back and forth behind your little sentiment and then tape it on the back, and you have basically what looks like the same thing. So this one is not a tied bow, and here's one that is tied, and they will look pretty much exactly the same. So if you're not a big bow tire, just loop it back and forth, and there you go. They look, in my opinion, they look pretty much the same. So, but whichever your personal preference, whichever is easiest for you, you can do that. So I'll just set that off to the side since we're done with that. So we will tape our bows to our sentiments. I love Scotch tape. This is the best trick I've learned, is if you're just tape it to the back, nobody's gonna know. They're not gonna pull apart your card to see how you made it. So you can cheat, quote unquote, a little. And this one I didn't even see which direction it was going, but it'll be fine because there's no right or wrong way on which direction it goes. Now for these ones, with your tape, you may, if you have the 3/4 inch for the Scotch tape, you may just have to rip it in half to get it on to the birthday and the "You Are So Cool" sentiment, just because the tape is thicker than the die cut piece. So I know there's thinner tape somewhere, but I, for the life of me, have never been able to find it in the stores. Target and Walmart only carry the 3/4 inch. I've checked, pretty sure I've checked like Office Depot too, and I've never been able to find the 3/4 or the 1/2 inch Scotch tape, which you would think being in Minnesota and having like the 3M factory, you know, right in St. Paul, that you would be able to find it here, but apparently not. But anyway, enough of my tape problems. Let's, so from here, once you punch out all of your little shiny silver pieces, we're going to take our dimensionals and plop the dimensionals on the back. For each one I put 2 on, so we'll just flip them over and put 2 on all of them. This one caught a straggler. And then for the longer ones, I try to space them out not too far. These ones might be cutting it close, but closer to the bow, because this piece is not as long as the whole banner that's cut. So, and then these ones just get put right over into the center of, so it just hangs out just a little bit there. Set that off to the side, and we'll do the next one. And then for the longer ones, kind of centered height-wise and length-wise, the best of your ability. If it's off a little, no one's gonna measure it. Or at least I have yet to measure a card that I see. So, and then you just kind of want to also be aware of where your little things are being, so you don't trap them underneath a dimensional. Alright, so we are done with that step. The next, we are going to just assemble the cards, and then we will be done. So we got our watermelon, which our watermelon will sit with the fold at the bottom, the crease at the bottom, and we will use the Way to Go sentiment. You can either use glue, or if you have your seal, or if you don't have that, it does come with the glue dots, but just for ease of time and lack of frustration. Those glue dots are so hard to work with sometimes, but well, there we go. We got our first card done. And then the next card is our rainbow, so the crease goes up to the top. Just try to line it up to the best. Press it down. Oops. Throwing my phone folder around. Score the top so it'll lay flat. And this one is Happy Birthday. So use our seal just on the back. And place it in this corner, and then we'll make sure that this part stays on the card, not off. One of the cards that I made earlier, it was hanging off the side, which I'm sure it'll still fit in the envelope, but there we go. These cards are just so much fun. I really enjoy the fun shape, all of it. This one down. This one really just makes me want to make popsicles. And I love kiwis. Does anybody else love kiwis? They are such a good refreshing fruit. Granted, they take forever to peel. If anyone has a trick out there on how to quickly peel kiwis, that would be great. Because half the time, that's why I don't really eat them. I love them, but I don't eat them a lot because they take forever for me to peel them. And then this fun popsicle. I wonder how long it would take to make a popsicle like that with all the different layers. I know when you do that with Jell-O, it takes a very long time, and you have to be very dedicated to letting it sit. Which again is probably why I have never made the layered jello, because of that reason. I'm a little too impatient sometimes for things like that. Alright, so there we go. We have our 4 cards, and I will be giving these away. I'll be doing 2 different winners, and one will get, or two different people will get like one of each card, like the "You're So Cool" and the "Happy Birthday" and "Hey There." So to get into that drawing, all you have to do is like, comment, share the video, anything. Just, yeah, like, comment, or share the video. If you share the video, please come back and tell me that you've shared it, because Facebook does not always tell me who has shared it or stuff like that. So just comment shared, and then you're in there. So, all right. So now I'm going to show you my alternatives for those of you who may have gotten the kit. We'll just keep these off to the side since they are so fun. My first one that I made used 3 of the stickers, and then I just stamped the popsicle and colored it in with the watercolor pencils that I have, and I use the note cards and envelopes. So if you do not have these, the basic white note cards and envelopes, I highly, highly, highly suggest getting them. They are so convenient. You get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. They're $7, so that's a steal. And they're just very, like, I love it. It's very convenient. You don't have to cut them. You don't have to score them. It's all done. And it makes for making paper pumpkins go a little bit further too, because they always tend to give a little bit extra. So there's my plug for note cards and envelopes. Easily, by far, probably one of my favorite products that we have at Stampin' Up. Here's my other alternative card. I just alternated the popsicles. "You Are So Cool." I did the loop around instead of a bow. And then for both of these, the die cuts, the silver die cuts, come in a sheet, and I just cut it up. Like, so here's like this, the other half was like right here. So I just cut it up into pieces and used it. It's, normally I'm not like that, but at our paper pumpkin club on Monday, one of the ladies did, and I was like, I might use that. So there's that one. And then here is, we're just gonna kind of move some things around. There we go. So we have the "Hey There" as well. So I stamped the little drips or drops or whatever they are. Kind of made it look like rain showers. And I stamped once and then just stamped again to get the different colors, and then even stamped again. So use the rainbow, the sun sticker, "Hey There," and then just taped those to the back and then popped it up on dimensionals. And then my last card I made was this "Happy Birthday" one. I had originally had an idea in my head and it just wasn't working, and I had placed one of the popsicles down, and down it was stuck. So I ended up just trimming off a little bit from the top because there was more room at the top than I really liked. Put on the "Happy Birthday." These are 2 silver pieces from that, and tied a bow and just used one of the glue dots for that. So there we go. Those are the cards for today. Less than a half an hour, and we made 4 cards and even showed you the alternatives, which, since the alternatives are stickered, I guarantee you it'll go just as quickly. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and it's great to be back in my craft room. So we will hopefully be seeing you on a more regular basis. I'm gonna try to be on here more regularly with either videos and just social media stuff. So again, to get in the drawing to win the cards that we made on today's video, like, comment, and share one or all 3, and your name will go into the drawing, and I will draw that on Friday morning. All right, happy crafting, everybody.